You know, something is going to happen this week, my gorgeous Gemini. And I'm talking about the week in between the 10th and the 16th of October 2022. Something is going to happen so much in such a way where you're going to start realizing just suddenly from the beginning of this week how much you've actually changed. How much you actually changed. And this in itself, it's really going to make you aware of a specific aspect of your life that slowly but surely it came to an end. This aspect of your life that slowly but surely came to an end, it's to do with you, like a really kind of, it's a lot to do with your emotions, and it's a lot to do with the people in your life, it's a lot to do with love in your life and things like that. So it can reflect in quite a few different ways. So if you're like, for example, if you're like kind of like if you were like by yourself and you were single, now this means that now from the beginning of this week you're going to feel like you're ready to find someone. Maybe if you haven't had anybody so far, the reason is because you weren't ready. So much was happening, so much was going on. But this week something is going to happen and someone is slowly but surely going to start entering your life. When it comes to relationships, my gorgeous Gemini, well, you also need to remember that basically you're going to need to work on something and you're going to need to be really honest with yourself because something is affecting both of you. So you're going to need to work on why are you feeling the way you're feeling, and you're going to need to work on a certain problem and you're going to need to come up with a solution. But primarily you need to remember that you need to be happy. So whatever is happening, whatever it's like the way things are unfolding in your life when it comes to love and emotions, you just need to understand that you need to kind of be happy. You need to do those things in life that makes you happy. When it comes to emotions, whether you're with someone, so you're going to need to, something is going to be highlighted to work on a really specific problem, or you're going to need to make an important decision, like ridiculously important decision, but you can't make this important decision unless you are 1,000,000% honest with yourself. Please do understand, you have to be honest with yourself because something was like kind of dragging for a while now when it comes to the actual relationships, and so you need to work on a specific problem and see exactly where you are. But I'm saying to you, you're not going to be able to do it unless you're completely honest with yourself. And it's the same for those of you who are single and ready to, hello my darling, do you know what I mean? It's all about like you understanding that now you're going to feel like you're really ready, like from the beginning of this week, to let someone into your life. And also if you're not like kind of into any of the relationships or anything like that, I completely understand that this also means that someone very special is about to enter your life, my gorgeous Gemini. And even if you're not aware, like a friend, a great person who's going to make a massive, enormous, giant impact, you know. And this is something that you need to remember because, you know, even if you're not looking for any relationship or any partner or anything like that, then it's still marking the stage where someone really special is about to enter your life who is going to play a really, really significant role, because every single aspect in your life is going to change because of that person. I'm not saying you need someone for your life to change. No, baby, no. But I'm just saying that the specific people are pretty much so playing a mind-blowing role in our lives, you know. Every single person that we meet, every single person that we come across, you know, they leave something with us, they leave something within. But most importantly, we learn so much through every single person that we come across, let alone someone who is so highlighted like this, who is about to walk into your life. And let me tell you something, you may not become aware of that person this week, like who is going to walk into your life, but you're gonna do something by the end of the week, and especially when it comes to the 15th and the 16th of October, you're gonna actually do something, my gorgeous Gemini, and you will see something is going to happen on the 15th and the 16th, some kind of change. You're going to find yourself on a brand new path, and then you're going to become aware of completely what I was saying to you. And it doesn't mean that that person is going to walk into your life right now, but what's going to happen on the 15th and the 16th of October, it's actually going to be your sign. You will know that that particular thing, it's also the part of your brand new path, some kind of endeavor, but at the same time, things that you need to catch up with when it comes to your life. By the way, my gorgeous Gemini, I don't know, did I say that this reading is in between the 10th and the 16th of October 2022? I'm not too sure did I say it or not, okay? Forgive me. And also, my gorgeous Gemini, you know, when it comes to the beginning of this week, I'm not gonna lie to you, yeah, you are gonna have like a really kind of weird, very strange, very abnormal experience, very strange experience you're going to have at the beginning of this week, almost like an abnormal, hi my gorgeous Cocolino, Coco is here, sorry, you're going to have this really abnormal, really strange and unusual experience, like extremely unexpected, like whatsoever. This experience that you're going to have, it's kind of going to make you wonder, but it's kind of going to make you just feel like a little bit negative and a little bit sad, because it's to do with a certain disappointment. Carry on please, it's not all sad. It's to do with a certain disappointment, but then at the same time, this disappointment is to do with like a maybe practical knowledge, but also maybe it's to do with you waiting for something, like maybe it's to do with like a negotiation, or it's to do waiting for the certain aspect of your life to come forward, like maybe the certain success is not happening and things like that. So it's all about like along those lines. Then 2 or 3 days later, after that moment in time, you know, you're gonna realize, you know what, something wise. You're gonna feel so wise. So first of all, you're gonna have a weird experience. You're gonna feel a little bit sad, a little bit negative, but it's to do with you maybe not having a certain negotiation, or it's to do with like your practical knowledge, connected to your practical knowledge. Okay, because it's very much so touching to those parts of your spirit where it's to do with you, fulfilling your spiritual purpose. So it's to do with something that you know how to do, something that you're really doing naturally, whether it's to do with your work, whether it's to do with the way you express yourself. It really depends at what stage in your life you are right now. But the bottom line is that 2 or 3 days after that, you're gonna feel extremely wise. You're not gonna feel really deep, and you will know when this is going to happen. Just 2 or 3 days later, straight away from the morning, from the time you wake up in the morning, something is gonna come to you, something is gonna be on your mind, and you're gonna surprise yourself. Your eyes are gonna be open, and now suddenly you're gonna feel so strong and so adamant to do something, to make a necessary move, that you were so worried, you were scared, but now you will know exactly what you want to do. Now you will know exactly which move to make. It's going to be highlighted, and it's going to come from somewhere else, from somewhere sacred. Remember what I'm telling to you every single time. It's like when we sleep, we travel, we have astral projections, we are part of so many different dimensions. We are multiple beings living in a multiple dimensions, you know. So this is like the benefits that we get from it. We have astral projections every single night. We don't remember. We dream every single night. We don't necessarily remember. But what we do know, for the love of God, what we do know, it's when we wake up in the morning and you open your gorgeous Gemini eyes, and you open gorgeous eyes, and then suddenly something very specific is on your mind, and you feel very strongly about it, and you're like, where is this coming from? Why is she on my mind? Why is he on my mind? Why is that on my mind? Where's this coming from? It's weird, you know. And you're gonna feel so strong, and you're gonna feel so powerful, and you will know exactly what to do. And it's also gonna be completely connected to you understanding that this is a lot to do with your spiritual penetration, but also it's to do with being wise and making a really sound judgment, you know. And at the same time, this is to do with your practicality. This is to do with you knowing exactly what to do in terms of being analytical, but also realizing, you know what, how much you have been restraining yourself. You're going to realize how much you were way too frequently too restrained because of this. And this is always a sign that you need to do this, because this is an aspect of your life that you need to work on. But also there are specific things that came to an end, and now this is going to become obvious, my gorgeous Gemini. It's both to do with like emotions, but it's a lot to do with like your work and career and that particular balance as well. So what is going to be on your mind is going to like really going to be so important, because it's also to do with this wisdom. And if that weird experience didn't happen at the beginning of the week, you know, that weird and unusual experience didn't happen, you know, at the beginning of the week, at the same time, you basically wouldn't get to this point, wouldn't get to this stage of your life. So you are going to do something really, really wise. And you will know what this is. Please, for the love of God, please understand. You're going to wake up in the morning, and that's what I'm trying to say to you, because it's coming from somewhere else. It's coming from somewhere very deep within, from your subconscious, from the depths of your subconscious mind. Okay, so this is why this is so important, and you're not going to be able to understand where this like inspiration is coming from and this drive to do this. And it's also to do with the part of your life that was worrying so much, so now suddenly you feel like, yeah, I'm just gonna go for it. Do you know what I mean? This is absolutely brilliant. So just remember this. It's like you realizing, oh my God, I was way too restrained. I was restraining myself, and this affected so much in your life, and now it's an end. This is coming to an end, and it can only come from you. You're the only one who knows what is the best for you, my gorgeous Gemini. But you're also the only one who knows when it's like completely, absolutely necessary from you to make the certain move, to make the certain step. Okay, this is so important. And even more so, this is, like 2 or 3 days later, again, you are basically going to become aware of this. There's a beautiful person in your life. There's a gorgeous person in your life. Someone very powerful, very successful, someone very genuine, someone very kind of a mature, someone very devoted, someone really powerful, someone who's very kind of very a beautiful person in so many people's eyes when it comes to their emotions, but it's also beautiful. It's also an amazing person when it comes to their own success. This is someone very solid, very grounded, and very powerful. Someone very devoted to whatever they do. This is a very honest and powerful person that we are talking about, but we are also talking about someone who is quite mature as well. That person is going to tell you something. It's going to give you specific information, and you're going to like this, because that specific information is going to help you to kind of, on one hand, how to deal with that specific information is going to help you on one hand how to deal with a very difficult situation in your life when it comes to some kind of a trouble that worried you and concerned you, and it's going to make you kind of aware of how to deal with that change, how to face that change, and at the same time, another thing that you're going to find out from that person is that some kind of a very, very interesting invitation and opportunities is soon about to arise. And now, because you become that person told you a few things, you are going to be prepared for this like a challenging situation that you're going to become aware of, because there is going to be some kind of request that is going to be needed and which you're going to find rather challenging when you become aware of this invitation and opportunity. But now this is all going to contribute towards you kind of not holding yourself back, not holding yourself down, but going through and going forward, which with what is going to become one of the most important parts of your life. What are you doing right now? It's going to make you extremely happy, and extremely happy, because you're unfolding in the way you should be unfolding at this moment in time. You are going to find like kind of and I say this, you're unfolding how you should be unfolding at this moment in time, because I'm saying this specifically on purpose, because a lot is going to be in your mind now. Suddenly you're going to find yourself, oh my God, feeling really pleased with yourself, feeling really proud of yourself. And of course you should, because you're amazing, you're incredible. My gorgeous Geminis, you're like very hard workers, you're amazing people. But sometimes, like there is so much going on that you forget, to give a credit to yourself. Now suddenly you're going to feel really pleased with yourself, and this is good. You're going to feel really content with yourself. You're going to feel really excited with yourself. You're going to feel really proud of yourself, but especially on those things that you achieved. And this is important because you're raising a vibration with this. Your spirit is rising with this, and it's making you more stronger, and it's making you more powerful. So don't be surprised when you suddenly feel like really cocky and pleased with yourself, but you should though, because by feeling pleased and happy with yourself, you're allowing yourself to go on the next stage. You allow other things to drift towards you, because it's all about you acknowledging very special things you have achieved in your life, because you're very special. So it's all about the new starting point, which is at the same time going to follow after this moment in time. You need to remember now you have to be mature and responsible. Just remember that beautiful person in your life, like a mature, probably older spirit, an old, powerful, gorgeous spirit, a mature person, really beautiful person. And even if they're not mature when it comes to their age, for example, then it's someone who's having a very old spirit, someone who's very powerful, unique, and somebody who's been through a lot, because we could be dealing with the person who is only like maybe 25, you know what I mean, for example, but they are having an extremely old spirit. So it all really depends, okay? But it is about someone very solid and powerful. With this one, I think it's someone who is like a pretty much so a very kind of a genuine person, no matter what. Yeah, very genuine person indeed. So you are going to realize, you know, through that person also the power of being mature and responsible. They're going to open you up beautifully. That person is going to have such an amazing impact on you, but it's also going to make you aware. This person is also going to make you aware of the fact of the power of being patient, persistent, and through that person you're going to become aware of the fact that you're able to conclude a certain task that you were worrying about so much. So it's all about your organization, but it's also about you understanding what you are capable of doing, because you're amazing, you know. So just remember this. By the time you get to the mid part of this week, my gorgeous Gemini, you see, very important message, very important news, very important information. I like this part of your life. I like this stage of your life because I'm feeling the vibration and energy I haven't felt in a long time when it comes to you. I like this so much. The news, information and message that you're going to have, it's going to make you feel so good about yourself. This is all about the time when you're going to feel so happy with yourself because of the accomplishment. You will realize when you receive this news, information, message, you're going to realize, oh my God, this is such a huge accomplishment. Oh my God. And this accomplishment, big mama accomplishment, it's going to make you feel so confident, and you need it, this confidence, baby, because that in itself is going to make you feel even more stable, and it's also going to make you feel so determined, because after that moment in time you're going to be facing a rather difficult choice, difficult choice. And because of this information that you're going to have, this choice is not going to be difficult at all, even more so, you know. It's gonna the difficult choice that you're gonna be making, the answer to that choice is just, it's time to really think about yourself, put yourself as number one. And it's also time to turn your goals into reality, your plans into reality. Now it's time. You're gonna feel the greatest determination ever. It's all about this new initiative, how to kind of start new plan, this activity. You're gonna feel very powerful, because you will know and you will feel what you're doing. It's going to bring such a success, and this is where the psychic Gemini is going to come out of you. On one hand, you're going to feel very deep and emotional, but then on another hand, you're going to find yourself on this spiritual quest. But the next stage after that, it's to come up with a new plan. This is to do with an old wish, and it's also to do with you kind of attempting this, or wanting to attempt, you know, within the last few years indeed. So this is going to in turn into a new endeavor, which is going to give you so much hope and confidence. But also at the same time, when you become aware of uncertain efforts, no baby, no, this is not going to affect you and slow you down now whatsoever. There are two things that you also need to remember. You are at around the midweek, you know, you're going to become aware of like someone really deceptive, some little bastard here, someone being a little bit deceptive, and that deception that you're going to become aware of, that dishonest, is someone really dishonest, is to do with like some kind of investment as well. So this is no baby, no, do not do big massive investment this week, please. So you avoid this little bastardo here. So you don't do any investment or anything like that, because you are going to become aware of someone really deceptive and being dishonest, and somebody hasn't been honest with you, and that person is around you. And I do not like, oh my God, I do not like this person. But the bottom line is, do not make a really big investment, because it will be bad investment when it comes to that person. So please try to kind of see who this is, and any big investments that you want to do, just do it after the 17th. This reading is in between the 10th and the 16th of October. So after the 17th, you can do any big investments you want, but not this week, please. And this is also going to give you time to actually really kind of understand that there is this is going to give you the time to actually understand something more about yourself when it comes to something very specific, when it comes to a very specific goal. So you see, otherwise it would just like kind of be a bad investment, and bad investment would just bring the whole new world of negativity, which will kind of prevent you to evolve with your own life until you work on this, until you trust yourself again. And I say this because intuitively you already were aware of this bad investment, investment and things like that, you know. So already, so that's why your spirit is about to reward you a couple of days after that moment in time. Some kind of specific goal, it's going to be highlighted indeed. By the time you get to the last part of this week, my gorgeous Gemini, it's just like, you know what is really important, that someone, the last part of this week, you are really kind of going to come across a really unrealistic person, somebody really unrealistic. It's going to really open your eyes in such a way where, you know, not that you're not gonna like this unrealistic person, not that you're gonna hate them, not that you're gonna think like, oh my god, they're disgusting. No, baby, no. You're just gonna become aware, just out of the blue, completely, without any plan or anything like that. You're gonna come across this because you're meant to come across this, someone very unrealistic, and you're gonna look at that person, you're gonna say, oh my god, what are they talking about? They're so unrealistic. Do you know what I mean? But it's going to be really beneficial for you, because through that person you will be able to separate the fantasy from the actual reality, and that in itself is going to reflect on your own unsatisfied desires. And then the next step after that, it's going to be the obstacle that you're going to be facing, which is going to require from you to kind of reorganize things in your life, because you're going to see that like quite a lot is changing in terms of priorities. And also very interesting news and message that you're going to have, where you're going to become aware of the new possibilities, you know, in terms of the actual new, and it's all coming from the new knowledge, new possibilities that are going to be connected to new knowledge. This is what you need to remember. This is going to clear a lot of emotional confusion, but it's also going to create a couple of days after this moment in time, you know, you're also going to have like a really kind of like a very kind of surprising experience. Something is going to surprise you. Remember, the beginning of this week started with a weird experience, and the end of the week is going to start, hello my darling, experience, like really amazing experience. I like this so much, and you will know when this amazing experience is going to happen, because at the end of the week you're going to feel extremely creative. You're going to feel the energy you didn't have in a long time. You know, you're going to feel the energy which is going to reflect on you kind of wanting to do things, and you're going to feel re-energized, and you're going to like this so much. And then something is going to be on your mind, like you want to do something like completely odd and completely unusual, and you will not be able to understand, oh my god, where is this coming from? It's like a naughty you, cheeky you will come out, you know, mischievous you will come out. And that's always good, my gorgeous Gemini, you know, because you're going to feel like that, and then something is going to happen completely unplanned. You're going to find yourself in a complete dimension, like surrounded by the people that you did not think that you're going to be surrounded by. But the bottom line is that you are going to have a very, very beautiful, amazing, mind-blowing experience, like almost like an adventurous experience. And that experience is going to be so important to you, a very, very meaningful experience. Listen to me very carefully, my gorgeous Gemini. That meaningful experience in the end of the week is going to be so important. It's going to open your eyes, and it's going to make you think about a certain incomplete union, something incomplete. It's going to make you think about, it's going to make you aware of that a certain part and certain aspect of your life is incomplete. And that in itself, you're going to find this so rewarding, because it's almost like what you're going to realize here, like, oh my god, like you're going to like almost like as if it's a lot to do with like you finding this rewarding, but it's to do with you realizing something here, like getting an advice from it. Like just by realizing this, it's going to help you to realize, you know, something that was like kind of affecting you, but you weren't kind of realize, how many times did I say realize, sorry, but you weren't becoming aware of, you didn't become aware of at such a scale, like how you're going to become aware of it actually now. So it's all about you becoming, you knowing what what part of your life is completely incomplete, and you're going to find this so rewarding, and you are going to like realize something, as I said, like so important here, how to kind of work with a certain obstacle. You realizing what you realize this in itself, actually you realize this in itself, it's going to be actually you're gonna at the same time overcome a really big obstacle and challenge, and that in itself, it's really gonna make you aware of how to have an important conversation, negotiation, which is gonna lead towards your own victory. You will know exactly what to do, you will know exactly what to say, and you will see what I mean. Okay, my gorgeous Gemini, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I love every single one of you. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you, my gorgeous Gemini. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, psychic medium. Love you. Bye.